All right, welcome. In this explainer, we're going to break down the essential concepts you absolutely need to nail from the ITIL 4 framework. And look, the goal here is super simple, to give you the core knowledge you need to walk into your certification exam feeling totally confident. Okay, so let's just jump right in. And, it makes sense to start with the end goal in mind, actually passing the exam. To conquer any challenge, you've got to understand the rules of the game first. So first thing you need to know, the exam is closed book. That means it's all about what's up here, no notes, no peeking. But hey, don't sweat it. It's actually very straightforward. Let's break down the key numbers you need to remember. First up is the clock. You've got exactly 60 minutes, 1 hour. That's it. And in that hour, you're going to face 40 multiple choice questions. And I want to be clear, these are designed to test what you know. They're not there to trick you. And here it is, the magic number. You need 26 to pass. That gets you a score of 65%. And trust me, that is totally achievable with the right preparation. Okay, so now that you know the rules of the game, here's our game plan for today. We're going to build this thing up layer by layer, starting with the basics of service management. Then we'll focus on the single most important idea, which is value. And finally, we'll put it all together with the service value system. All right, first things first. Before we can get into the fancy stuff, we've got to learn to speak the language of ITIL, right? So let's start with the most basic, most fundamental term of all, service management. Okay, now this is one you'll definitely want to remember for the exam. See those key phrases? Specialized capabilities and enabling value? That's huge. Because service management isn't just about, doing tasks. It's about building the ability, the capability to deliver that value again and again. And now IT Service Management, or ITSM. And look, the beauty of this is its simplicity. This isn't some totally new, complicated idea. All we're doing is taking that big concept of service management and just pointing it directly at IT. That's it. It's just about applying it to our world. So, okay, we're managing services. But why? I mean, what's the point of it all? The answer? Well, it's just one single word. But it is the absolute sun in the ITIL solar system. And there it is, value. Everything we do, every single process, every decision in ITIL is all about delivering this one thing. But, and this is so important, look at that first word, perceived. That changes everything. Yeah, see, that's why value isn't just a number on a spreadsheet that you can declare. It's completely subjective. It lives inside the heads of your stakeholders. What one person thinks is valuable, another might not care about at all. So our real job in IT is to figure out those different perceptions and then actively work to boost that value, maybe by making things more efficient or by cutting down on risks. Okay, so if value is where we're trying to go, how do we actually get there? Well, this is where ITIL 4 really shines. It gives us both the map and the engine for the trip. And that engine is called the Service Value System, or the SVS for short. Now, this quote right here, this is pure gold for your exam. Seriously, you got to lock in on two words, continually and co-creates. This tells you the SVS isn't some project you do once and then you're done. No way. It's a living system for constantly working with your stakeholders to create value together. And this diagram, it just lays it all out so perfectly. Just follow the flow with me. On the far left, you've got your inputs, things like an opportunity or a demand from the business. Those are the triggers. Then, those inputs go into the SVS engine in the middle, which processes them through all its different parts. And then, on the far right, what comes out? Value. It's a beautiful, complete model for how you actually create it. All right, let's go a little deeper. Let's pop the hood on this SVS engine and really see what makes it tick. Inside, you're going to find 5 key components that all work together, and you'll definitely want to know these for the exam. So what are they? First, you've got the guiding principles. Think of this as your organization's core philosophy. Then there's governance. That's how you steer the ship, how you direct and control things. The service value chain. That's the core operational part, the actual activities you do. Practices are like your toolkit, the resources you use to get the job done. And finally, wrapping around all of it is continual improvement, which is the idea that you're always looking for ways to get better. Okay, so before we wrap up, let's do a quick fire recap of the absolute must-knows for your exam. Number 1, know the exam format. 60 minutes, 40 questions, 26 to pass. Number 2, know that definition of value, especially that it's all about perception.
3, remember that the SVS is the engine that co-creates that value. And finally, number 4, you've got to know those 5 core components of the SVS.
And that really brings us to the big idea here. This is about more than just passing a test. Once you start to see everything your IT team does, every single ticket, every project, every server you manage, when you stop seeing them as just technical tasks and start seeing them as opportunities to create perceived value for someone, well, it changes everything. It really changes your whole perspective. So the question I'll leave you with is this: what does value look like where you are?